Cementing Precision Engineering Company. This is a seminar-based case on volume-based costing versus activity-based costing. In this case, we would be focusing on primarily how to calculate a product cost based upon a volume-based costing, which is nothing but your traditional costing, or it is also called as absorption costing. And we would also be calculating the cost based upon activity-based costing. And then we are going to compare and contrast between the cost calculated based upon volume-based costing or absorption costing versus activity-based costing. We would look at that what is the impact of such differences on the strategic aspect of the company. And then last, we would look at what are the advantages in this case if the company, Cementing Precision Engineering Company, they use activity-based costing. Cementing Precision Engineering Company, it produces 3 products, and first product is punches, pipes, and wires. So these are the 3 products. And the company gives the information that since its inception 4 years ago, the company has been using direct labor hours to assign the manufacturing overheads to different products. So when the company is giving this information that it is using direct labor hours, basically it is telling you that they are using volume-based system for allocating overhead or your traditional costing system. Because if you're allocating your overhead based upon direct labor hours, machine hours, or your any unit-based system, these are all volume-based system. So the company is using volume-based system, and Emma Westman, the president of the company, has read about activity-based costing, and there is some curiosity and interest about, and she asked her financial controller Simon to examine differences in product cost between the company's current costing system, which is a volume-based or traditional costing system, and also find out the cost based upon your activity-based costing. So here is some more information. This is the budget information for the next year. The company is giving you information about direct material, direct labor, and then the number of direct labor hours for 3 different products and number of products. So now we have some data about the activities. We have been given the cost drivers, and we are required to allocate the total overhead cost of £200,000. The activities which have been given to us are machine setup, plant management, supervision of direct labor, quality inspection, and order expediting. So these activities have been given. We have the information about cost driver. We know that this is the budgeted cost, and then we have been given the budgeted cost driver volume. So in this case, Simon, the financial controller, he is giving you various justification as to why different cost drivers have been used. So justification is given for different cost drivers, which has been given to us. There is some more information which has been gathered by Simon for 3 different products about the consumption of activities. And what we're required to do is we're required to find out the cost for each product. And as per your traditional costing system, then we are required to find out unit cost of each product as per activity-based costing. And we are required to compare these 2 systems and find out why these differences might be strategically important for Cementing Precision Engineering Company, and what impact does it have on the competitive advantage of the company. And lastly, we have been asked that, how and why many firms in engineering company uses activity-based costing, and what is the strategic advantage of using activity-based costing in such industry. The first requirement is that we need to calculate the unit cost of each product under traditional costing system, and we are trying to find out the overhead rate which we have to allocate. Direct material, direct labor is straightforward. So we are calculating the overhead rate, overhead absorption rate, and the formula is you've been given budgeted overheads and then budgeted direct labor hours. So budgeted overhead, this is already given to us, that budgeted overhead is total overhead are £200,000, and direct labor hours is also given to us for 3 different products. So our overhead rate come as £12.50 per direct labor hour. Now we are trying to do the cost allocations, overhead allocations to different products. So direct labor hours, these are the direct labor hours consumed by 3 different products. Our overhead rate remains same for these products, and the total overhead which we are going to allocate to these products is your total overhead labor hours multiplied by your overhead rate. That gives you total overhead for 3 different products. So here we are putting everything together. We have been given this information of direct material for 3 products. Direct labor is also given to us. Overheads we just calculated, and here is the total cost for punches, pipes and wires. And the number of units which has been already given to us. The number of product units for punches is 1 million, for pipes is 500,000, and for wires it is 300,000. So we have calculated the cost per product for punches, pipes and wires. Here we are looking at the second part of the question, where it says that we are required to calculate the cost as per activity based costing. And we are first doing the overhead allocation based upon the activities consumed by different product. We have been given the cost pools, we have been given the cost drivers, and what we are doing is we are calculating the cost driver rate for each activity. So machine setup information is given to us. The driver is the cost driver is setup hours. We have been given the budgeted overhead, total budgeted overhead. And we have also been given the budgeted driver volume, that means the total number of setup hours. So calculating of overhead rate is simple. What we are doing is we are just taking the overhead cost, total overhead cost. We are dividing this with 1600, which is the total number of setup hours, and we are getting the overhead rate for machine setup. Second part is similarly we did for plant management, we did for supervision of labor hours, quality inspection and expediting orders. So we have calculated the overhead rate for different activities. So once our rate is calculated, we will move to finding out what is the per unit cost. After finding out the cost driver rate for different activities, now what we are doing is we are allocating the overhead rate which we have just calculated to different products based upon their consumption of different activities. In case of punches, pipes and wires, the activities consumed information is already been given to us. For example, machine setup, we have been given total machine setup hours are 1600. Out of this 1600, 800 hours are being consumed by wires, 600 by pipes and 200 by punches. Overhead cost driver rate for machine setup we have already calculated in the previous step. All we are doing is overhead rate multiplied by driver volume, or the number of setup hours consumed by punches. So this is our allocation rate, total allocation of overheads to punches. Similarly for pipes and similarly for wires. We have done the same process for all the activities, and the total overhead allocated to punches is £39,536. For pipes, it is £55,184, and for wires, it is £105,360. Once our overhead rate and our total overhead amount has been allocated to three different products, we are looking at the cost per unit for different three products. And again, the direct labor remain same under both the system, traditional costing system and activity based costing. Overheads are different for these three products based upon the number of activities they have been consumed. Here is the total cost for these products, and the number of units is already been given to us. And this is our per unit cost for punches, pipes, and wires. So here we are comparing the costing by two different methods. Your current costing system, which is your volume-based system, gives us the cost per product. For punches, it is £0.55, and for again, as per your activity based costing, it is coming as £0.49. For pipes, it is 1.17, and you can see this price is almost similar, but look at the big differences which is happening in the cost per unit for punches and for wires, right? Do you notice that punches is a high volume product and wires is a low volume product? And if you look at the if you look at the overhead allocation, you see that the overhead allocation is 90,000 in case of volume base, because volume base means that higher the volume, the more will be your allocation of overheads. So then, since punches is a high volume product, so we have allocated, as per our current system, higher overheads to punches based upon the volume, and wires being a low volume, right? So we have allocated less overheads, 25,000. Whereas you see very different situation when you look at the activity based costing system and the allocation of overheads. You see the overheads as per volume based is 90,000, and look at the how much overhead we have allocated as per activity based costing. And wires being a complicated problem, a complicated or a complex product, and has more consumption in terms of different activities. So the overhead amount allocated to wires is pretty high as compared to the traditional costing system. So one thing you have to notice over here is that traditional costing system is very biased against high volume products. So high volume products, they are allocated higher overhead, whereas low volume product, over here in this case, wires are only 300,000, where punches we are producing 1 million units of punches. So punches has been allocated higher amount of overheads, whereas low overhead has been given to the wire, which is a low volume product. So what are the impact? The impact is simple. First, what we are doing, we are penalizing the volume base. That means a high volume standard product, we are penalizing them by allocating higher amount of overheads. Whereas low volume complex product, which requires more activity, we are trying to subsidize them. We are allocating lesser overhead, and these overheads, which actually should have been allocated to wires, are being absorbed by high volume product. So our costing is wrong, right? So this leads to cost distortions. When I say cost distortion, it means the cost of the product is higher or lesser than what it should have been based upon the activities consumed by them. So if we look at here, if the costs are distorted, obviously if you are using this cost plus markup approach, which majority of the companies do, so if your cost is distorted, if your cost is wrong, then whatever pricing you drive based upon that cost is going to wrong. So you will have a faulty pricing. You can have a overpricing for a product, or you can have a underpricing for a product because your cost itself is distorted. So you can see that in case of punches, we are overcosting it, we are penalizing it by higher amount, by allocating higher amount of overhead, making this product overcosted than what it should have been. Whereas we are subsidizing the low volume product wire, which has been undercosted. The cost should have been 2.09 pound, whereas the cost actually right now, as per our current system, is 1.82 pound. So we are undercosting the low volume product and overcosting the high volume product. These are our cost distortions. They lead to overcosting, undercosting, and subsequently leading to overpricing or underpricing. So when we have overpricing or underpricing kind of a situation, so strategically, the activity-based costing is extremely important for cementing precision engineering company. Why? Because once the company is using activity-based costing, it become aware that punches cost should have been lower, and accordingly we can set a lower price for the product and we can be more competitive. Whereas for wires should be, at this stage it is under costed, so it should have a higher cost, and if it has a higher cost, it should have a higher price. So the company would be more aware that which product is how much profitable, and then accordingly they can decide about their product mix. They can decide upon which product to focus, and even they can decide that which product to stop producing, right? Because now with activity-based costing, we have more precise or better cost available to us. This information itself is so powerful for the company to compete in the market, and once the company has better and accurate picture about the cost, it can take several decisions related to cost cutting activities, or relating to cutting out the activities which are non-value adding activities, and company can decide what kind of product it need to focus on, and hence leading to the competitive advantage for the company. The use of activity-based costing enables a company with very, very powerful information. And that information about the activities which are consumed by different product, companies can cut down on the non-value adding activities, and hence leading to reducing the overall cost of the product. Of course, as you have already seen in this case, that companies can take better pricing decision once you have your cost right. You can definitely take your pricing decisions right. But if your cost itself is wrong, then no matter what you do, your pricing will go wrong, and it would be very hard to particularly compete in a very, very competitive market. And last but not the least, once you have your costing right, you know that which product is giving you what kind of profit, and based upon the profitability, you can decide and take a lot of decisions related to your strategy and your long-term sustainability of these products. And these advantages or these uses are not particularly for engineering industry, but they can be definitely used for all different industries. But here you must add a word of caution that though activity-based costing gives a more precise and better results in terms of finding out the cost, but it is not a panacea which is injected into the product and the product become competitive. No, you have to take decisions based on that. You have to actually go to activity-based management to drive more value out of activity-based costing. And one more thing, please mention that activity-based costing, applying the activity-based costing in the company is not going to be a simple task. It's going to be very, very expensive, and it's going to be very time consuming. But yes, if your company has products, you have a wide range of products, very complex, very diverse products, and they consume different level of activities, it does make sense, and it is very much valuable for you to use activity-based costing in your company. Thank you.